Hello guys, SoundKiller here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make an amazing, barely alive Nasko style bass using Serum and only Serum. So let's get started with this tutorial. It's very easy. You're just going to load up here two basic wave shapes. I'm going to have this basic wave shape like this. I'm going to have this one, which is the init one. I'm going to go with 16 voices. Then I'm going to modulate this, or like we can modulate this, have this go with LFO1, or you can also not modulate this. I'll be showing both sounds, modulated and not modulated. And so the really important part is, if you guys haven't downloaded my sample pack, this is a great moment to do it. It's free, it's awesome, it's great, and you have this sample here. That sample is part of my sample pack and it's going to be part of the bass I'm going to be doing. So first off, I'm going to go and enable my noise. I'm going to drag and drop here this horn into my Serum. I'm going to enable the key tracking, and then I'm just going to go up to a fine pitch of about 7%, which is 7 semitones. I'm going to set this around 75%. Sounding really awesome. So let's enable here a bandpass, 24 bandpass. Very important you have that at 24. I'm gonna set this to have it modulated like this. I'm gonna go here for around 40%. Have it like this. Not something like much right now, but trust me, the sound gets way better. I like to add a separate sub to this just to make it awesomer. So I found that having this is like full-on mix. And having this really high mix with a very low size, it makes a very nice artifact sound to it if you post-process this bass. So this bass is awesome for like post-processing as well. Have it with a lot of distortion. And then the OTT, Serum OTT, just to like give it more of a beef sound. Add the chorus to this, very little delay, depth, something like this. And then to make this sound even awesomer, we add here a filter. Have it like this. You can like play around with the detune settings here, just like adjust the sound on your liking. And you can also like change up the LFO depending on your style, your taste. I prefer it like this because it makes it more wonky. And then to give it a more metallic sound after the OTT, I like to add this with 0 size and decay, just like 40% reverb. And you can also like automate these. I like to have these at around 70 just to make the horn what really sounds loudest. And that's how you make this bass. So, because I'm awesome and I really like you guys, I'm gonna post-process this bass just to show you guys what you can do with this bass. So first off, I'm just gonna draw some here. Just gonna put this here. I'm gonna add some pitch bend to this. I'm gonna route this to track, and I'm gonna first off start by adding a custom patcher preset I have here, which is really a dope patcher preset. Can't currently share it right now because it's not mine. It's made by Cookie Monster. He's a very cool dude. He's in my Discord server. So if you want to meet him, maybe talk with him, learn how he did this patcher preset and all those kinds of cool things, you can join my Discord server for that. It's a very fun group. It's very nice. You can learn so many things here. So I really encourage you guys to do that. Let me just disable this by routing this here and deleting this. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna disable the phaser. I'm gonna set OTT right around here. I'm gonna right click, create a mission. I'm gonna make a cool bass here. CPU is dying right now because that patch preset is very loaded. Has so many sounds, like so many effects in it. Second of all, I like to add a fruity balance. I'd like to create a mission clip on this. I'm also gonna enable here smart disable. I'm gonna go here, copy value, and then you're just gonna set this like this. I'm just gonna like duplicate this. CPU is dying because this patcher preset has so many things, like if you can see, very loaded. You can enable smart disable, which I have right now. Still the CPU killer. You can also like turn down the voices if your CPU can handle it. It's not much of a difference. You can, like, turn it down to like. I like to add a sound geyser. This would be. I also like to add a EQ. I'll show you why in a minute. Let me just turn down the voices a bit more. Maybe around 4 would be nice. I like to like cut off these frequencies around here. So I like to do something like this, and I also like to like turn down these frequencies in general over here, just to make it a bit clearer. And last but not least, I like to add a fat filter, just a clear limiter, just boosting it up a bit, at around 3.6 decibels. And that was with the effects. Let's listen again without the effects. Which is really good by itself. It's very useful if you like turn up the volume a bit. And And there's many ways you can post process this. The method that I use is primarily for like adding the artifacts, as I really like those artifacts. And I can also add like a phaser to completely change the sound how it is. So yeah, that was my tutorial. Remember guys, download my sample pack. I'll leave the download link here in the description. I also released a new Spotify album, which is also linked down in the description if you guys want to check that out. And last but not least, join my Discord server so that you can guys talk with Cookie Monster, learn how he did this insane patcher preset. And now that I said all this, I'm gonna end the video here. Thanks for you guys for watching. Stay cool, be awesome, and until next time.